Hi, welcome to part 43 of our 101 blogging tips video series. Hi, welcome to today's training. Subject of today's training is the best blogging tips for beginners. One of the things that I find that holds people an awful lot back from actually getting started blogging is the fact that they think too much about stuff. They think about the niche, and they think about what they're going to blog about, and they think about all these different things, and they're so busy thinking and learning how all these different tools and stuff work, that they don't actually do anything. Okay, so my first tip for you is to just get started. Okay, so actually just start doing the stuff. Just start actually doing the stuff. Start blogging, start writing content or creating videos or doing whatever you're going to do. Okay, very, very important. And if you do that, you're on the road. You're actually on the road to becoming a blogger and getting better. So just get started. Just actually sit down and start writing and posting your stuff. Okay. The next blogging tip I have for you is to do good quality content. Okay, so write or create, if it's videos or podcasts or something, write or create very, very good quality content. Okay, don't just throw any old rubbish up. 10 years ago you could have just put any junk on Google and it would have ranked, and you could have got people to buy your stuff and so on. Now people are used to reading good content, so if you write something and it's really, you've just sort of thrown it together, and it's not interesting, people won't really get into it. Okay, but then again, don't let that stop you from actually writing either. Okay, so don't have it so that you don't do any writing because you don't think it's really good quality. Get started anyway, but try to write as good quality content as you can. When you actually read your content, think, is this something I would really like to know about? And if it's not, what would I like to know about? What would I like to read about? Right? And try and produce something that you would like to read yourself. Okay, not what you think people might like. Okay, so the third best blogging tip for beginners is, quite often people talk about their niches, and they talk about which niche will I pick, or niche if you're in the USA. What will I start with? Okay, here's a really good idea for this. Okay, if you sit down for half a day, okay, and write down 100 blog post titles or ideas for a blog post. Okay, now this might sound quite crazy and it might sound quite difficult, but if you start a blog with a very narrow niche, after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you might run out of content. Okay, because there's nothing else to write about. You've wrote everything about the niche. So by doing this, by actually writing down 100 blog post titles or ideas, you will know at the end of this if you've got a niche that you can keep doing. Okay, because if you can't write down 100 blog post titles or ideas, that means after a couple of months you're going to run out of content for your blog, and you're not going to be able to write about it anymore. So you might need to broaden the niche or change the niche, or expand it a wee bit. Okay, so this is a really good one. the other thing is to pick your blogging frequency. Okay, decide of what you're going to do. Make a decision what you're going to do, right? Are you going to blog daily? Are you going to blog twice a week or 3 times a week? Okay, make a decision on your blogging frequency and stick to it. Okay, because if you're blogging every Wednesday, your readers will then know, oh, it's Wednesday, there'll be a new blog post, I'll go and read it. If you're not being consistent, and you don't post for 2 or 3 weeks, and then people go back the next Wednesday and there's no post, and then they go back the next Wednesday and there's no post, they'll think you're not blogging anymore. They'll disappear and they'll go and visit other people's blogs. So whatever decision you make, be it monthly, weekly, every Tuesday and Thursday, or every single day, make a decision for your blogging frequency and keep doing it. Keep doing it, okay? Another thing, a lot of people start off really well in the beginning, but then after a couple of weeks they lose interest. You can't do that if you want to be successful blogging, okay? What you need to do is you need to not give up, okay? Don't give up, just keep doing it, okay? Don't keep doing it, because if you give up, your blog will die, it will become non-existent, there'll be no content on it, nobody will see it, and you'll never build a business, okay? So you have to keep on doing it. Make a decision and stick to the frequency, and look at it as a, at least, I mean, you want to go on after that, but aim yourself for 1 year plan to be starting to make some money with your blog, okay? Don't say that, in a week or 2 weeks, I'm going to do a few blog posts and I'm going to make money, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, if you don't make money, you give up, okay? You need to look at this at least on a 1 year plan goal, to start making money, and then after the year, then you decide where you want to go from there. You want to change your content, you want to, what stuff you want to do, where you want to move on from there. Just continue to plan, okay? Don't stop, okay? To give up is the only way for this not to work, You're going to get better and things are going to improve if you keep doing it, but if you give up, you lose, okay? Schedule the things you have to do, okay? So make a schedule. If you're going to do it every Tuesday and Thursday, schedule it. Write down, on Tuesday and Thursday I do my blog posts, on Monday I do my videos, write a schedule and schedule it and stick to that schedule. Pretend that you have an appointment with someone that day and you have to do it. Even if someone comes along and says, let's do this, say no, sorry, I'm busy, I have to do this. Don't even tell them what it is, because they'll try and put you off, but just be consistent and schedule it. Make sure you get it done, because this is your business. This could end up being your livelihood, so you want to take it seriously. You couldn't just ring up your boss every day and just say, oh, I'm taking the day off today because I'm going out with my friend for coffee, or I'm going to something, So you have to treat your business the same way if you want to actually have it as a business and not a, not a hobby. Another great blogging tip is to actually just sit down, okay? Just sit down, and when I say sit down, I mean just sit down and either start writing, or start making a video, doing a podcast, or maybe a Facebook or YouTube live. Okay, you have to do this. If you're not doing this, again, it's highly unlikely that you're going to be successful if you're not doing this. Try and use a good headline. try and use, in fact, a great headline. Try and use a headline that you think people are really going to be interested in, really going to want, okay? So have a great headline. And number 9, if you're doing a blog post, you know, have a really enticing image on your blog, which is a featured image, so people can see it whenever you post it. Make sure it's a featured image. Featured image that will want people to, that will make people want to actually click on your post, okay? So if you have a nice pretty image, a lot of people will just click on because they'll want to see it, okay? So a nice and enticing image. Okay, if you have a blog post that works well, you know, and you see you're getting a lot of visitors, there's like plugins, you know, you can get for your top 10 posts and stuff, and you can actually see, you know, which posts are getting the most visitors, okay? And when you see certain posts getting a lot of visitors or a lot of shares or so on, look and see what you did in that post and what you wrote, and maybe even use it like as a template, you know, use it as a template to you know, build your next post, okay? Try and put in some of the features that you had in your more popular posts in the other posts, and that will probably help them to be better as well. I would also suggest that you mastermind with other people. So mastermind with other people in your niche. You know, if you're a blogger, you know, you can mastermind with bloggers. If you're, you know, an animal lover, you know, mastermind with other animal lovers, you know, etc, etc. If you're into health and beauty, mastermind with other people in the health and beauty niche, etc, etc, okay? Because that will help you to improve your content and make your business better. Another thing you can do, which will save you a lot of time and money, is to actually learn from other people's mistakes, okay? So you can of course learn from your own mistakes. If you don't learn from your own mistakes, you're going to have a lot of trouble ahead. So learn from your mistakes and also learn from other people's mistakes as well. Okay, and last but not least, I see a lot of people spending too much time learning on webinars, you know, so don't spend too much time learning. What I suggest you do is I suggest you learn, then do, and then teach other people to do what you're doing, and that's the best way to actually learn it really, really well, okay? And this includes spending too much time with technology. There's so many products and services you can buy, and you could spend hours and hours learning how to put them in your computer, how to use the software, how to do all this, okay? You know, before you actually start playing with new tools and ideas, make sure you have created and syndicated your content first. Okay, so you do that, and then you can do the other, because I see people that just have spent an endless cycle of going around learning and buying new products and services and spending hours watching the videos how to do it and how to set it up and how to add this plugin, how to add that plugin, and they never get any time to create content or to market their content or their services. Okay, so it's very important before you start playing with all those things or going into Facebook and messaging people and posting all memes and stuff like that. It's important that you do your basic stuff first. Okay, your basic stuff is your content creation, sharing your content on different networks, sharing the content out, and then once you've done all that, then you can use your spare time to do other things that you want in your business. Okay, or you can use it to just go and have leisure time. It's completely up to you. So yeah, I mean, as well as that, you want to also build good relationships with your peers and with your readers, because at the end of the day, if you're a blogger, really your content and your readers are really they're your bread and butter. They're the people who buy your products and services. They're the people who will be putting money on your table every week. So you want to build good relationships with the people that you work with, other bloggers and other people in your niche, and you also want to build good relationships with your readers as well. That's very important. So I hope you find those best blogging tips for beginners useful, and please comment below. Let me know what you think, what you actually thought about this post, and if you found it useful. And I will talk to you again tomorrow in the next training. Thank you very much.